All right, welcome to my channel. So the first thing that you need to know before you start watching my videos is the purpose of this channel is for education and entertainment, mostly education with some entertainment, and mostly for my students. Really, it's an opportunity for me to showcase my algorithm and for my students to see it working and me to be able to talk about the trades and why I'm taking the trades and things like that. This is not a channel where I'll be showing you that I'm making millions of dollars. So family rules, you won't be seeing that. Some traders out there want to put their stuff out. I don't even know why they do that. Like on social media in a public sphere, hey, look at me, I made 20,000 today, 50,000 today, all that stuff. That will not happen on this channel. The most you'll see me making here is anywhere from 50 bucks to $1,000 in a day would be the most once we get to that level of scaling. And then I'll reset and we'll be looking at 50 bucks and we'll be scaling back to, a thousand a day or so. And we'll just keep resetting that scaling. But family rules will not be showing you on this my social media that I'm making tons of money. Second thing is I'm trading with Thinkorswim. That's my platform that you see here on the screen. So you got my two windows on futures trading. Same thing, it'll be Thinkorswim. So you'll see that I trade futures and the equities market with these videos. I trade based off of my algorithm, the simple switch algorithm, and it's got different settings. Same algo, but different settings for futures market, for equities market, and different types of trading. It's got different settings for it. So I'll be trading off of that. Links below if you're interested in learning more about the algo. All the education over there is free, as well as the trading log that you'll see. You can get the link below, which will give you that log, so you can go over there and explore all that stuff. So when you're looking at my screen, okay, now when you're looking at my screen, you'll see these the chart markups, and you'll see yellow. Wherever I put yellow is an entry. So when it's yellow like this, it's the algo ideal entry. And then you may see a yellow like this, and that is where I actually got in, and it'll be touching the candle that I got in on. And then the location. Red are my stops, green are my targets. And then if you want to learn how the algo works so you can better understand what I'm doing when I'm doing my trades, over at the link below, you can go over there and learn all about the algo. It's completely free for that whole education. It's free to learn about my trading plan, my strategy, everything that I teach about trading is free over there. Only thing that costs money is if you decided to buy the algo, then that would cost money. But you can apply a lot of the stuff that I teach over there, including my strategy and trading plan, to your own strategies and help maybe improve your game. So all that is definitely free. I don't charge for any of that education. Only the algo if that's something you decided to add to your list. So then sometimes you'll see on here me doing experiments, which I'm going to try to do another one later on this year when I get a little more time. But I love to do trading experiments. We blow up accounts, but we do it in the purpose of education, showing you that certain trading techniques or strategies sometimes just don't work. And we play with some different concepts and blow up accounts, real accounts, small accounts, but still real accounts. And you'll also see some small accounts as well, like when we do offshore brokers and things like that. So, and then of course, educational videos I'll be putting out as well. So there's a lot of different content here. So if you can give me the like, hit that like button, that would help me a lot with the YouTube. And if you subscribe and hit that bell icon, you can be notified whenever I upload new content. And the last thing, but probably the most important thing, is trading is very risky. Do not place a trade based on what you see here or whatever I say. I'm not telling you what to do. If it sounds like I'm telling you what to do, it's me just thinking out loud. And most traders will lose all of their money. I am strictly speculating. I do not have a crystal ball. So, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. So please do not take financial advice from me. This is strictly to talk about how I trade, to teach about how I do things, and for your entertainment. All right, so now the legal stuff is out of the way. Let's get into today's trades. All right, everybody, it is September 12th, so Sunday. We're looking ahead to week 37. So let's take a look here with IWM. We got a lot to cover today, so we'll just get right into it. So IWM, we're still on our channel right here. So still, limbo basically. It's a weak bull still, a weaker bull than it was last week, but definitely a weak bull. We're on the daily right now. So let's go take a look at the weekly. No trade right now in the IWM in that area, that whole sector. I'm avoiding right now. So yeah, definitely still a weak bull, but it's still a bull. So if I were to be a trader of this, I'd be looking to trade it long when it got towards the bottom of this channel. and then looking for the ride higher, or ready to speed bump it and reverse my trade to the downside, because it does have a long way to go. If this breaks out of this channel, this could be a if it breaks out of this channel, this could be a pretty big slide to the downside. I'm going to go ahead and put a mark on the chart for that. So we could definitely see pretty big move all the way back down to this area. Could definitely see a pretty big move all the way back down to this area if this this channel line breaks right here. So, but yeah, I'll be looking for to potentially take a long trade once it gets to the bottom of this channel, and then you know, speed bump it and take the ride down if it breaks and confirms a breakdown. And then if it gets back to the top of this channel, I may be looking for a short play. And then if it breaks out to the top of the channel, I will look for a speed bump to a long play. Go back to the daily. So yeah, daily, you can see still definitely in the sideways thing. It's still bullish, but on a weak side. All right, next, let's go to the Dow Jones. So Dow Jones, so same thing. Dow is looking, not really the same thing. Dow is looking weak still. Same as last week. It's still looking pretty bad. We're on the daily chart right now. So the Dow is now finally, so let's zoom in a little bit here. We have an M pattern right here starting to break down through the M pattern. So this could be a breakdown to this next level right now taking place in the Dow. So we could start to see a sell-off here in the Dow. Let's go to the weekly chart. Weekly chart, we're a weak bull. So yeah, we could still see a sell-off to this level area here, and then we may see a bounce from there. But right now the Dow doesn't look good. We're a weak bull, and we could turn into a strong bear. So Dow Jones, I'm staying away from you from a long side. I will not be long in my positions with the Dow. If nothing else, I would be shorting the Dow right now, looking for a test of this area down here, somewhere in this box down here, if I were to be a trader of the Dow. But right now I'm just going to stay away from it and see what happens here with this. So no trade for me, but looking to the weak side. The SPY in the daily is starting to show weakness. Which is a good thing, actually. It's a really good thing. So let's zoom in here a little bit. So I like to trade from weakness to strength. So right now we're starting to see a lot of weakness in the SPY, which is awesome, because when we get back into strength, I'll be looking to trade it. So red is weak, green is strong, and then, or I should say red is bearish, green is bullish, and then on my dotted line down here, dots above the white is a strong bull, and dots below the white is a weak bull. Dots below the white in the red zone is a strong bear, and dots above the white in the red zone is a weak bear. So what I like to see is go from red to green and then jump in the trade. That's been fantastic for the SPY for quite a while now. Get into the red zone, get back into green, make some money, right? That's what's been consistently happening for quite a while, way back, you know, looking back at 2020. So, you know, over a year now, that's been the play right there. So I'll be looking for a green to go back into green. I'll be looking to take some long positions in SPY. Let's look at it on the weekly. So the weekly right now is still a good bull. I mean, it's a weak bull, but it's still a bull. We're still in a nice uptrend. You can see the uptrend line right here. So still in a nice uptrend. So yeah, this still looks great. This looks really, really great. So I'm definitely going to be an uptrend line right here. We're coming down into it again. So waiting for it to turn green. No, I don't want to anticipate it. I don't want to anticipate it and then have this be the beginning of a sell-off, you know, a bigger sell-off. So I'm going to wait. Once we get green, then I'm going to get in. So there's SPY, and then the QCOM, or not QCOM, sorry, Triple Q, NASDAQ. So QCOM is something I day trade sometimes. So here we are with the NASDAQ. So still a strong, still a strong bull. But it's starting to show some weakness. You know, we're rolled over, but still a strong bull. And then on the weekly chart, you know, we're still a strong bull. So right now the NASDAQ looks great. Looks really, really great. Let's go back to the daily. So we could be seeing, so we had this channel right here that we were in for a little while here, support resistance. We broke out, and then typically what happens is a lot of times is it'll come back down, retest what was once resistance is now becoming support. You do a little retest and then go higher. So if I was looking to get into the NASDAQ, I would be or the triple Qs, I'd be looking to get in somewhere in this area here, looking for a bounce higher. But I like to trade again, I like to trade from weakness to strength. So no trade for me until we can see some of this weakness turning into strength So yeah, I'll be hanging out until that happens. But right now, if I were to be a trader of this, I'd be looking for a bounce off of here. Would I short it here? No, because this looks strong still. So it may not come down here. It might just be like, see you later. I don't know what's gonna happen. But if I were to trade, I would wait for higher probability entry, which would be a bounce off of this area here, which was once resistance, now support is what I'd be looking for. But for me, I'm looking for weakness to strength. So no trade for me yet. Oil, what is going on with oil? So oil still looks like, doesn't look great still. I mean, from the daily chart, we have, it's bullish right now with some strength. Even though we're consolidating, we're starting to round this out. There's still a potential move to come back and fill this gap. So I have that marked up for. I'm not trading oil though. It's just not strong enough for me to trade it right now. On the weekly, it looks like junk. So oil does not look good right now for me. We did have an M pattern show up here. We got a little tiny break of it, a little pullback. This could be a rollover here from and game over. But at the same time, when you come out, we had our low, we had our high, we had our low, higher high, higher low, higher high, but now we're at a lower low. So not sure about oil right now. We definitely have weakness long term. So it looks like junk long term. And then daily, we got some strength daily right now though. So we could see a little move up. We have a little bit of a channel here. You can see on this white line, we got a little bit of a channel going on. So there could be a breakout of this channel. And if we get a breakout to the upside, then we could be looking at a run to the gap fill. So, maybe if I saw something like that, maybe I would jump in for a small scalp on it. But right now, I'm just going to stay away from oil. Or at least with WTI. USO on the daily looks strong. Looks strong on the daily right now. On the weekly, on the weekly, it looks like it's weak right now, but it looks like it wants to become strong. So USO is looking like a potential setup for a trade here. So I might have to keep an eye on USO. WTI not so great, but we could be having a little trend line showing up here to the downside, but we'll see. I don't have anything making me feel good about trading it. So maybe there's some resistance that happens in here and we have a rollover. So I'll stay away from USO for now. Gold still looks like junk. So sorry for those of you who are holding gold or into gold. Not looking good. As I said over the last week or so, this is my short area right here. If we can get in close to this area right here, it looks like a great short. I did not take the short. I wish I did. And then we did have our sell-off. So unfortunately, I missed this trade. Wasn't paying attention when it set up. I should have set an alert. So for Thinkorswim, if you haven't seen my day trading videos, I can right-click, create an alert, and then add or above, and then I can hit create. And then it'll send me a text message when it gets to this level. And then I could have came in and shorted it. So I don't have to watch my charts every day. I can just tell my phone to tell me when things are happening. So I missed that opportunity. I didn't do that alert and missed out on the trade on gold there, the short. So short term doesn't look good, looking weak. And long term does not look good. So not into gold whatsoever right now. We do have this this wedge here though. So I mean, we could see a bounce. We could see this action happening right now with gold. I mean, that's what it looks like it's setting up for, right? But from here, does it go down and touch here first and go back up, or does it find some support here and then go back? I mean, I just don't know. So gold, I'm out of right now, waiting for it to tell me what's going on. But right now, it doesn't look good. So silver, so SLV. Again, the algo is showing that this is not great. We're in the red zone here. Silver's still looking weak. We do have that trend line it seems to be following right now. And we did take a trade on silver though last week, like I told you, or the week before now. So we jumped in here. I told you it looked good for a short-term scalp. I got out right there, just at the top of that trend line, made a little money, and then the sell-off, right? So that was a good trade right there. We hit that just perfectly, and there's the sell-off happening. So we could see another run back down to the bottom of this channel. Although the daily looks, strong right now. Looks strong on the daily, so we could grab some support here and just go sideways, maybe even try to break out. We'll have to see. We do have a gap to be filled right here, so and another one way up here. The question is, when will silver try to do that? Right now, no trade for me. I do have some trades that I will share with you that I'm going to take this week, so we'll get into that. And actually, AMC, here we are. This may be one of them. All right, so AMC on the weekly, the daily and the short-term outlook, AMC looks good. It looks good right now. We took this small trade right here and got out. I wish I was still in it, But we jumped out. I didn't want to be in anything over the weekend going into September 11th and all this stuff. I just, too much weird stuff could happen. I'd rather be out and be safe. So I was not, I jumped out. Had we not had that going on, I'd still be in. We'd be making some nice money on AMC right now. But I didn't want to take that chance. So on the weekly, though, we've transitioned from a bear to a bull. So a weak bull, but still bull. And there's a draw to maybe come back up here, right? Especially if we draw an M pattern and maybe break down, or maybe we just find it going higher. But there's a lot going for AMC right now. So I think on Monday, I'm going to go ahead and jump back in for position. And I'm going to look to take my profit or start trailing my profit in the 54.90 area. And then if it gets into this zone up here, I'll definitely keep an eye on looking at pulling the rest of my profit off the table until it tells me something else. So right now, AMC, I think I'm going to go ahead and get back into AMC on Monday for a small trade. The risk reward is not great right now. Getting in, I already made money on it, so it works out, I guess. But the risk reward's not great because I'll be jumping in here. Stop is down here right now. And, my first target's right here. So it's not great risk reward there. Second target is back up at the top of this resistance area. So, which is more like it, better risk reward ratio. So that's the area that I'm looking to get to. So AMC, I think I'm going to go ahead and trade that on Monday. And then GameStop, what's happening with GameStop? So GameStop looks bad. We're still bullish here in the daily. So we could still see a little bit of more sideways movement, maybe even a bounce. Just had earnings in GameStop. We're able to, I don't know why it's not showing the entry. We got into GameStop, made some profit on it, and got out. I don't know why it's not showing that entry on there. But I tried to go back. I tried to change all this stuff. Maybe because it's in the same, no. I was going to say maybe it's in the same candle. Nope. I don't know. So I checked my monitor. I'm definitely not short GameStop right now. I wish I would have been short there. Could have been making some money. But I'm not. So weekly, GameStop looks bad on the weekly. So do not want to be trading GameStop right now, traders. No, thank you. Now, if it comes back down to this support area, there might be an opportunity to get in to the long side, especially if the algo flips and tells me that it's a strong trade or getting to the bullish area on the support. Then that might be a nice trade. But right now, it's just an area that I don't know. Right now it looks bearish. But this could just be bearish while we're in the flag right here waiting for a breakout. There's too much unknowns for me to want to get back into GameStop. So no trade for me on GameStop. I would say neutral zone. I wouldn't short it or go long on it right now. So CVS, just to recap, so you can see what happened with CVS. We did take the CVS trade, got out here. Yes, it would have been nice to get out here, but then we saw that flush happening, starting to look bearish. So it was a good call on CVS, ACRE. As we talked, jumped in for, unfortunately, we had this gap up, right? The goal was to get in here, but we had this gap up. So we made a tiny bit of profit on it and said that I needed to get out because this didn't look good going forward. And sure enough, in the other part of it too is I didn't want to hold anything into the weekend, like I said. And then we had this sell off. So it was the right call to get out. It's either going to rip or it's not. It wasn't, so I got out. And good call on ACRE, made some money on it. And then AMPY, same thing. We got in over here and I got out over here. Same thing. It's going to rip or it's not. Going into the weekend, bounced out, and we got a sell off right now. So AMPY is in the energy sector. On the daily, it's not looking great right now. And on the weekly, it's not looking great at all. So there could be a nice pullback to this trend line, and then I bounce from here. Is what looks likely to happen. Not sure. We'll have to wait till we see it. The algorithm tell us that it's looking bullish, but until the algorithm tells us it's looking bullish, it's not. So AMPY not looking great right now. And then we can come over to XLE or XLF rather, the financial sector. So this is another trade. I will take this on Monday. I'll be shorting XLF on Monday. So let's mark this up real quick. Okay, so here we are with XLF. So I'm going to go ahead and short this on Monday. My entry will be somewhere in this area. Hopefully it'll open somewhere in this area on Monday. My first target will be 36.36 to the short side is what I'll be looking to get out. And then again, if depending on how it acts when it gets here, I'll be looking for my next target down here. But right now that's the target. We could see some resistance once it gets halfway there. It's not even halfway there. We could see some major resistance. So could have a bounce from there, and this could go the wrong direction. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into it because look at this this channel right here is pretty strong, right? So we could see a bounce off that channel, but I'll be shorting this on Monday, and my stop will be just above here. 38.78 is where my stop will be. I'll probably actually move my stop just a little higher than the algo has it set. I'll probably move my stop up here so it has to break out to above this level is where I think I'm going to go ahead and mark that. So I'm going to move my stop. I'll put my stop to 39.10. So make that red. All right, so here we go. So here's my stop. I'm going to jump in opening Monday, looking for this target and possibly this target. So XLF I'm trading. And then let's look at Apple. What is going on with Apple? So this looks bad, right? But actually it's not. It's pretty good. So I know this is showing a bearish, but it's not. It's a weak bear. But we did have a channel right here, and we finally broke out of the channel on Apple, and then it's pulling back to test, what was once resistance could be now support. So this area could be a support area. If it breaks below this channel, Apple could be going downhill for a while. So we'll have to wait and see. I won't be a trader of Apple right now. If I did want to trade it, I would trade to the long side with my stop down here, looking to reverse my position, but I'm not going to trade it. I'll wait. On the weekly, you could see it even more clearly, right? So this looks really good for Apple right now as a long trade. It looks like it's setting up for a nice long trade. So, if I was looking for a really long-term play, like 3-month, 4-month play, this would be a good entry for me to jump in Apple. And then go for the ride. If it breaks down below here again, like I said, I'd be looking to get out. But Apple looks really solid long-term right now. Yeah, it would have to break below this for me to bounce out. So good on Apple right now. Let's go over to my next trade for next week, which is going to be Starbucks. So Starbucks I'll be trading. So on the weekly, doesn't look great, right? So long term, this Starbucks is starting to show nothing great right here with Starbucks. We could start to see ourselves in our channel or trending lower, but for a short term swing trade, I'm going to go ahead and take it. So I have a really good success rate with Starbucks, as you can see. So let me open up the time frame. Okay, so I opened it up to 2 years. So Starbucks, we have a really good success rate with Starbucks. All those green dots, lots of winning in Starbucks. We do have a red dot somewhere close by here somewhere. Where are you, red dot? Let me zoom in. I have a little red dot in there somewhere. I know it's there. Just had a red dot, I thought. No, maybe not. So maybe Starbucks will be high risk because it's got so many winners, and I don't see. Oh, there we go. Red dot way back there. So it's been a while since I had a loser, Starbucks. So you might be setting up for another loser. The weekly doesn't look strong. But I'm going to go ahead and jump in on Monday. Starbucks, looking for a target here, putting my stop there. Starbucks is a play for me on Monday. We still have this open gap to fill as well. So maybe we'll get a draw and we'll get a bigger win out of it. So that's Starbucks. And then the last ticker we'll cover is BIIB. I regret this one. So I did trade it and I did make some money on it. But I traded to the long side right here. Made a little bit of money. Oh, no, I shorted it. I shorted BIIB. So I shorted BIIB. Got in at 47.49. And then 407 and 49 cents. Got out at 383.37. So that was a really nice trade, right? We got in on this candle. Got out on this candle. Nice short. But 407 is where I shorted it at. I wish I would have just stayed in and hung out because now it's down at 299. I would have made over 100 points on this thing. And I'm such an idiot for not staying in. And I kind of want to short it again, but I'm not going to. So let's zoom out. There's something to learn here, traders. So daily. We're in the daily chart right now. I'm going to go to the weekly chart so you can see this better. All right, let's look at the weekly. So every time, what's happening here? Yeah, we'll look at the week. We'll go back to the daily in a second. So every time we have these big pops, we also see these sell-offs, right? Big pops, and then all this sell-off, big pop, sell-off. So it was very likely that we're going to have this major sell-off. But the thing is, when it sells back off, it comes down and creates like a channel. It likes to create these channels, little channels pop, come back. So looking at this on the weekly, I mean, this company seems to be doing okay profit-wise, and we're on a weird uptrend, if you will. So this could be the beginning of the next channel right here. So that's why I'm not going to short it, even though it's very bearish. But it could be the beginning of the next channel, right? Because we had our channel here, we had all this craziness, a little bit of a higher channel, and then you know, we raised the channel and we had this boost. So this next channel could be higher. So it's not, I'm not confident in what it's going to do. So I'm not going to trade it right now, but yeah, I mean, like, it's pretty insane. Boom. And then you have this, and then boom. And then we had this. I wish I would have shorted that thing. I did short it. I wish I would have stayed for the whole ride. So what I'm going to do though now is I'm going to wait for a new channel to form, because these happen after these channels. I'm going to wait for a new channel to form, and then we're going to be looking for an indicator to tell us to jump in. And I'll tell everybody on the weekend outlook, like we're doing now, if I see that setting up, because these moves are huge. You know, they're like 200-point moves. So, and if not to the long side, to the downside, you know, there's a lot of opportunity to make a lot of money here with BIIB. So we're going to keep an eye on it the rest of the year and see when the next one of these pops happen, and see if we can take advantage of it, or see if we can predict it coming. So that'll be the plan for that. But all right, traders, that's the weekly outlook for next week. If there's any tickers or any sectors or anything like that you want me to cover and see what the algo is showing me, please leave it in the comments below, and I'll try to cover it next week. But yeah, and if there's anything else you'd like me to talk about over the weekend that might be coming up and so forth, just put it in the comments below, and we'll see if we can cover those topics. Everybody have an awesome week this week, and then we'll see next week how we did with Starbucks that we're going to trade. And then what else were we? AMC. So Starbucks and AMC and XLF. So we'll see how we do with those three tickers, and we'll review it next weekend. All right, everybody. See you next week.